Alright, this is my 1997 Nissan 200SX in beautiful Aztec red. It has 85,000 miles on it. It's in near mint condition. I mean, there's a couple little blemishes. It's got the 1.6 automatic. This is a base model. But being in 1997, it does have OBD2, which is good. See, it's got some scratches and scuffs. It could use a clay bar and a polish, but overall this paint just looks fantastic for how old it is. Antenna is a little loose. This mirror is red. This mirror is black. There's rust here. Some scrapage here. More scrapage here with a touch of nail polish. There's rust here. There's rust here. There's rust there. There's a little ding there. And there's rust there. So far you're thinking, alright, this is a pretty nice example of a 200SX. Then we come around to the back.
See, we got a slight dent in the back.
She got slammed into at the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru by some idiot in a Jeep. So when this thing got hit, I actually had to pull the trunk lid straight. And clearly it's very much not straight still, but it's a lot better than it was. This car really just needs a whole new trunk lid, and I've been looking ever since, and I just cannot find one for the life of me. I found one in another continent for hundreds of dollars, and that's not going to happen. So until I find a new trunk lid for this thing, I can't really see how I'm going to get this a whole lot better, unfortunately. Now, I don't remember what happened, but somehow the lock cylinder broke, and I couldn't use the key to open the trunk anymore after it got hit. So this is actually just a bent coat hanger. I attached it to where the stock linkage went right there. So, I mean, the trunk does still close, but to open it, obviously it doesn't lock anymore. To open it, you just pull on this. So I actually had to replace all the taillights on this car except for this one, which has a crack in it too, but I just couldn't find a replacement for that one, so I guess that's as good as it's going to get for now. But the main problem with this car right now, other than this, is that the radio sounds like hot poo-poo garbage. So let's fix that. The front speakers aren't working at all. So I think I'm going to pull the door panels off and check it out and see if there's a loose connection or something. I think a couple years ago I put speakers in the front of this car. I don't really remember though. I also have some better ones that I want to put in it anyway, so let's figure out what's up. Yeah, so I definitely put speakers in this at one point. There's no branding on them whatsoever, which leads me to believe that they're really high quality. And I only used 2 screws to hold in the speaker, and they're both different. 300 watts. Something makes me doubt that. Alright, so I think I found the problem. While these joints were soldered, they're soldered extremely poorly. This one wasn't connected at all. What the f? Well, that's a problem. Alright, well, it looks like I'm going to be running all new speaker wire to the front. That's very odd. I don't know, these are both like perfectly clean cut. I wonder how the hell that happened. Let's look at the other door. Alright, so I have 2 sets of these nice JBL speakers I bought a while ago for a different car, hence the 3D printed mounting plates. Now these 2 have tweeters built in the middle. These 2 don't, and they came with these little crossover boxes so you could wire in these tweeters. Logically, I would want to put the tweeters and these speakers in the front and put these ones in the back. But since I have to mount these crossover boxes, there's a lot more room to do that in the back of the car than there is in the front, because I don't want to have to mount these inside the door panel and risk them coming loose and rattling around inside my door forever. So I'm going to put these speakers with the tweeters built in the front, and I'll put these speakers with these tweeters in the back. So I didn't want too many connections in between the radio and the speakers, so I ended up routing a whole new wire to the radio, and I just bypassed the whole harness. I put this foam tape between the speaker screw holes, but I guess it was kind of unnecessary because there's foam behind this. So none of the screw holes line up. The door panel only has 3. These speakers have 4. And there's not really enough space to 3D print an adapter. And even if there was, I'm too lazy to do that. So I'm going to employ my favorite implement, self-tapping screws. Alright, so I thought I was only going to have to run new speaker wire to that door. Unfortunately, of course, this one doesn't work. So I don't know what happened, but for some reason that speaker wire is not working anymore. So I'm just going to run another one to this door as well. I figured out the best way to route wires through these little grommets, especially if they're long and have twists in them, is to undo both ends and then scrunch them up nice and flat and short like that. And then you could spray some silicone lube in there, and then you could just put the wire straight down there and it comes out the other end. Alright, both front speakers are working now. I don't know what happened to the speaker wire. That side it was like clean cut, and then this side I couldn't find a break in it, but it just wasn't working. But now that I rewired them, they work good, and they sound really good with those nice new speakers in there. Now the back speakers, I don't know if that comes up on camera, but they're rattling really bad. Alright, I ended up throwing this Sony head unit in it. I got this on Facebook for 30 bucks. What the hell? What the fuck? Wait a minute. Why did it do that little beep at me? That was weird. Does it always do that? Alright, that's new. But yeah, this Sony head unit is like $200 brand new, and I don't think they even make them with the CD players anymore. This is a really good one. It's 55 watts per channel. This is like the cheapest Pioneer they sold at Walmart at the time, because when I put this in this car, I don't think I had any money, so I just went to Walmart and picked this up. And, you know, it did the job, but this is a hell of a lot better, and it's a much better match for these speakers. It sounds really good, even with the crappy Walmart speakers that are in the back that are rattling away back there. But I'm going to replace those right now. All right, I don't remember. I think this just comes right off. Oh my God. Oh yeah, these are the Walmart special. I think these are Scosche speakers, and holy crap. Here's the setup for the back. These are the speakers. I got the little foam tape on there to help reduce vibration. This is the crossover box I'm just going to mount with double-sided tape. And I'm going to try to mount these tweeters to the quarter trim with double-sided tape too, but if that doesn't work out, then I could just screw them in. Here's this side done already. I already mounted that crossover box right there. That tape is really sticky, so it's not going anywhere. And then I got the wire for the tweeter routed up through there. Comes out the corner up there.
Give her my baby sauce, okay? No, I like the pain, no, she fond of me. Oh my God, that booty sauce, love the way she getting off. Give her my baby sauce, okay? Pay my hoes, my bills, my homage, I never been to college, I severed the head, the rappers, I packed the Mac 11, the send you to another dimension, not to mention I brought the Smith and Wesson.
Alright, so this thing runs and drives like beautifully, but it does shift harder than it should, especially from first to second, and I'm hoping that I could solve that by just changing the transmission fluid. There's still a good chance that this is the original fluid, so I'm definitely going to change it. The air conditioning in this car does work, but this is what happens when I turn it on. Okay, the belt usually screams a lot worse than that. I don't know why it's not doing it right now. This transmission actually has a drain plug on it, which is pretty cool. Alright, so it looks like this fluid may have actually been changed before. It doesn't look too bad. And judging by how easily that bolt came loose, I'm not the first person to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna actually change this transmission fluid twice. The first time I'm just gonna run some Dextron 3 through it, drive it for a little while, and then I'll drop the pan and replace the filter. And then I'll fill it up with the correct fluid, which according to the owner's manual is Nissan Matic D. Automatic transmission fluid. And of course they don't sell that anywhere, and it's really expensive. All right, I'd say a bit over 4 quarts came out of that. Okay, it's definitely shifting noticeably better, so it needed that. There's leaves in my parking spot. Trying not to mess it up too bad because this isn't our property, but it's like getting unbearable. So this thing reeks of pee and cigarettes. So I got this stuff at O'Reilly's and I'm hopefully just gonna gas it out. I'm gonna leave it on here with the air conditioner running so it just recirculates. This e-brake does absolutely nothing. And not only does it do absolutely nothing, but the light on the dash doesn't come on when I pull it. And I know the bulb works because there it is. I don't know if it's a sensor in there is unplugged or what. So it needs to be adjusted at the very least. You need a really low profile screwdriver to get in there and get this screw. Otherwise you have to remove the seat, which I really don't want to do, but I might have to just to get the stupid center console out. Okay, at first I tried to use this ratchet. It was too big, and then I found this one. It's also too big. So I literally have to remove the seats, both of them, just to take out the center console. Thanks, Nissan. All that just to get at these screws. Thanks a lot, Nissan. Appreciate it. These certainly will not be going back in. Oh, I guess it's a good thing I'm taking this off because I could vacuum underneath it. It's clearly never been removed. There's some pretty gross stuff in there. Oh, there's like 20-year-old ramen noodles in here. Oh my god. Yeah, I'd say it was time for rotors. Now these pads look brand new and they have a lot of meat left, but I got Brembos. I usually buy the Akabono ceramic pads, but I figured I'd give the Brembos a shot this time. Rolling Rock. I love this little seat that I got at Walmart. This is only 50 bucks. It's really cool. It's got 3 drawers for tools and stuff. Fits my brake cleaner, Rolling Rock. Alright, let me go ahead and install my new rear brakes here. Okay, the adjuster wasn't adjusting back here, but I got it to free up, and it's pretty decent now. So I didn't really need to get new drums, but I did anyway, because they were like $4 on Rock Auto. So to keep them from rusting out immediately, like they're already starting to do, I think I'm going to hit them with some of this high heat engine clear coat. I don't know, might work, might not, we'll see. Okay, so the rest of this video was going to be me fixing the bumper and the rear trunk lid situation, but I may have, I cannot confirm or deny, but I may have accidentally shattered the rear windshield into a million pieces by hitting it with a hammer. So I think this is going to go on the back burner for a little while. But yeah, you know, shit happens. It's not the end of the world. I called Safelite, and they're gonna come here and replace it for me $600 later. It is what it is. That's alright. And my next video will probably be on the Stanza wagon, which I haven't made a video about yet. It doesn't need much, but it could use a little bit of work. So I'll probably work on this. I don't know, or I'll work on the Celica. I don't know. We'll see. If you made it this far into the video, that's pretty cool. And let me know what you want to see me work on. So, yeah, peace out.